Okay then, I'm just going to do a nice unboxing and review of the Mark III Command Squad. So I love my Horus Heresy stuff and I absolutely love the Mark III armour. It's just got a really, and I'm trying to describe it in the right terms here. The look of it is just fantastic. It's clearly a heavy type of armour. I think if you look at the lore behind it, it's really all about boarding actions and things like that. So we've got, the actual command squad. I'm going to get it open now and have a good look at it. Now I'm going to do these as Iron Warriors because they're a Mark III and that really looks, it looks good on them. Okay, so let's have a look at what we actually get inside the box. I'll look at the instructions later on, and of course we have some transfers here. Now, I'm just going to start looking at the transfers because I don't normally have a good look at these. The reason this is good because, as you can see, we've got the Sons of Horus and the Imperial Fists. We've also got the Salamanders and Iron Warrior transfers. You don't normally, as a rule, get these additional transfers, so I think that's actually quite nice. Personally, that Iron Warrior skull, I'd love to try and hand paint it myself, but I'm not 100% convinced that I have the skill to get that right. Other things is there's generic iconography and little scrolls and scrolls. There's also things like this here, so potentially if someone wanted to do a Black Templar, they could actually use that as well in it. What else have we got in here? With the Sons of Horus, we've got this, what I can only describe as Legion script. That could potentially be used to model Night Lord script. It's got that very harsh, scratchy line approach to it. So there's some very nice transfers within this one. If you are, you're not a freehander, you don't really want to take the risk of doing freehand, there's a good selection of actual transfers to use. Okay, let's start having a look then at the sprues themselves. Now, this sprue here is the generic upgrade sprue that you will find in any of the kind of Horus Heresy troops. So you've got the Power Fists, Power Claw, Vexilia. There's probably Nuncio Vox in there. The Commander Heads are available on this one, which is good. Power swords and basically some assorted weapons and ancillaries. So this is a standard sprue that you get in any... Oh my goodness, sometimes my brain just wants to shut down. Yeah, in any Horus Heresy unit. Now, moving on from there, what we clearly have is a nice set of miniatures. This is where I think I really want to have a look at this. Partly because I'm kind of curious if they have used the same general poses from the Mark III kit. For those of you who's ever actually gone and looked at the Mark III kit, there's a set of 10 generic poses in the box. No, it's not. I don't think it's even 10, is it? I think it might be 5 generic poses within the box. So it's actually worth checking, I think, to see if these poses are just the same poses that have been put on a different sprue. Looking at it instantly, I feel there might be, like that one in particular kind of reminds me of one of the generic poses from the Tactical. Would that be a bad thing? So the good thing is if they've used the same poses, the same basic five poses with this kit that they've done with the Tactical Marine Squad, it allows you to use the special weapons sprue potentially within this unit. I don't know what the rules are about using special weapons within a command squad, but I'm going to assume it's possible to do that. I'm not going to do that because actually I want these shields. I want the feeling of an Iron Warrior siege unit. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'm going to have to get out the instructions from a previous build, my Mark III build, which I have somewhere. I don't have them in front of me. And I would like to see if this set of poses is the same 5 poses from the Legion kit. I'm just having a look here as well. See, the thing is, it's possible to work this out just by having a good look here, to be quite honest. Because if it is the same 5 poses, then logically everything on here would be numbered the same as well. I'm looking at that one's the one that's kind of jumping out at me, inferring that they might be the same. Anyway, I'll have a good look into that. We have, of course, our backpacks here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the sprue. We have our Mark III heads, but we also have some barefaced heads. Again, that head there reminds me of one of the Mark III heads that you get. Again, you've got this here. These are actually part of it. I'm 100% convinced that this is just a tactical squad kit with an extra sprue here. Now, what do we get on this then? So the core things that we're seeing here is we've got these plumed helmets. This, of course, gives the distinct impression that these are veterans. I think these kind of, I don't know what the technical term for these, this brush effect on the top of a helmet is, but they're the kind of things that look fantastic on Ultramarines. I can't say it any other way. They definitely look good on Ultramarines. There's also a helmet carrying, a hand carrying a helmet, so you could have an open-faced helmet with an open-faced one, and him carrying his helmet tucked under. We have Legion banners now. I always like just double checking this because, yeah, so it's officially classed as a standard bearer, and it looks like we've got 2 potential choices with our standard here to go on. We have shields. Now, the shields, they don't look like Breacher squad shields. So these aren't the shields of boarding actions per se. These are veteran shields. Although they obviously could be very good for, squads like the Iron Warriors to make them look like they're about to do a boarding action. And Mark III, I'm pretty certain, is considered to be the proper boarding, armour. So, the shields would look very good on that front. A wide selection of power swords to use. You've also got, again, I think this would look better with Ultramarines and Imperial Fists. This kind of Gladius thing. It's definitely more suited to those. So, there's some quite nice things. If you are into a bit of freehand, you've got a nice wide banner here. If you want something that you just paint without having to worry about decals, then you've got this one here that is more like a very large Vexilia. You can clearly show that they're allied to Horus, potentially clearly allied to the Imperium, or you could use this one that, although it has the Aquila wings, it could be said to be a bit more universal. So again, the actual top of the standard, it gives you some options as well. In fact, I like that one there. The eagle being wrapped up by a snake. I'm sorry, but I don't care what anyone says. That is perfect for the Alpha Legion, isn't it? So, I think what we have to do really is just kind of think about the cost of this. So it's roughly about £32. And as I said, I'm trying to think how much a box is of just 20 Legionnaires. How much is a box of 20 Legionnaires? How much is a upgrade sprue? And that will help us kind of work out value for money here, really. I'm just trying to have a quick think then how much it should cost to get a set of 20. I think I might have to actually look that up very quickly. Just give me 1 second. So having a quick look, for a Legion Command upgrade set, it's about £18.50. That will get you one of those. However, it's £47.50 to get yourself a pack of 20 Legion Mark IIIs. So when you actually do the maths on this point, it would be about what? £69 to get an upgrade sprue and 20 Marines. So this is 32. So if you were to buy 2 of these, you would get 2 of these upgrade sprues, but you would only get 10 Marines. So in many ways, I would probably argue if I've done my maths right, it's not good value for money. So I think that's a very important thing to get across here. Actually, although I like it, it actually would have been more cost effective to buy a pack of these and buy that separately. And then you would have ended up with 15 of these spare to potentially buy a second upgrade kit. And then you would have had a tactical squad and 2 commands. That's assuming I've done my maths right, but I'm pretty certain I'm right about that. So, value for money, I think we have to potentially say no on that front. Okay then, well, that's my review anyway of the Mark III Command Squad. Hope you found that useful. I hope you'll be able to use that information, and then we'll go from there. So I'll hopefully be building this soon. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.